So this is how to assemble the pivot base column. You will need your pivot base plate, your rotational motor with flanged bearing. That's this little thing down here. You will also need your rotational motor cover, 4 M4 socket rounded head cap screws, and your extra long Allen key. So what we're basically going to do here is we're going to take this motor and we're going to align it in the central hole here that's in the bottom of your pivot base plate. This bearing will fit into that hole. We're then going to rotate the motor until these 4 screw holes line up with the 4 clearance holes that surround that central hole. Then we're going to screw it into place using our extra long Allen key, and then we're going to put on the cover. So first thing is to take this motor. We want this bearing to fit into the central hole in the pivot base plate. So we line it up, and then we come from this end, and we just make sure that it clicks into place right there. Then we rotate the motor so that the screw holes line up with the clearance holes, like so. And then we can let go of it. Next, one at a time, we take our M4 screws. This is a little bit of a delicate process. The screw sits on the end of the Allen key like so. Make sure the little hexagonal pieces in the screw lock into the hexagonal shape of the Allen key. And then nice and easy, easiest if you close one eye, kind of like you're doing going down a gun sight. We just line up our screw with our through hole, and then just spin the Allen key until the screw is snug but not tight. Then we repeat the process for the remaining screws. You want to attach the screws in a star-shaped fashion. So I just attached the bottom right screw, and I move up to the top left screw, then the top right screw, and then the bottom left screw. Okay, so third screw, repeat the process. And fourth screw. Once you got all 4 screws in, then just snug them in so that they're all tight but not cranked tight. If you crank them tight, like really tight, you might misalign the motor. So just nice and snug. And you know you did it right when you look down into the column and the motor shaft looks straight. Like so. So the last step is to just put the cover on the motor. The way we do that is you take your cover and you feed the small wires from the motor through this little slot, and then you just snap the cover into place.